Hey Jamie, guess what
Openly Peter.
Hello and welcome to Openly Peter podcast, unnamed. Episode 1.
Welcome, my friends, to the Openly Peter podcast.
I'm going to introduce
Today, we are hosted by Jamie and Jack, surname not disclosed, enclosed.
Exclosed.
Today we're going to be talking about movies, we're going to be talking about games,
Probably mainly games.
we might be talking about some TV.
Should
I don't
start
even know.
a game.
Oh, shit.
Oh god!
Ah!
It's a professional operation we run here. Right, so Jamie.
Jack, I want to start off this podcast first by introducing us, the podcast. We're now doing a podcast. We're going to hopefully do a 2 weekly podcast thing.
Fortnightly is the smart way
fortnightly.
to say that.
Yeah, but you
Let's
can't.
talk about Fortnite.
Okay, so I was originally, in all the videos that I've done talking about the podcast, I was going to say, oh, we'll do a fortnightly podcast. Can't use the word fortnight anymore. Also,
We
I
can.
need to take my jumper off, so we're clearly got the right
Oh my
uniform.
god, it's the big reveal.
Ah!
Oh, red and blue. We can put
Oh,
Fortnite
it's
in.
a
Think about the
triple.
SEO. We'll get
Well, yeah,
all
okay.
over Google.
All right, we'll okay. There's a reason why I called our last Mario Party video Mega Fruit Paradise Battle Royale. Get those clicks!
As you put your hat on, I'm going to take mine off.
So, what we're going to do to kickstart this, we've both got questions we're going to ask each other. We're going to talk about things that have happened recently, maybe things that haven't happened recently. But I want to
Maybe
do
things that have never happened.
a little quiz.
Never will.
Oh, I want to do a quiz, but actually, we should get the right order in. We should be doing having a beer first. As Openly Beta tradition goes, we're going to be having a beer.
As I'm preparing. Under the table here.
So-
let's start with. You go first.
Today, I'm having another one from Ringwood Brewery. We've got Old Thumper, a full of flavour craft ale, 5.1% ABV. We take two things seriously here at Ringwood Brewery, our ales and our leisure time. Along with creating quality craft ales, we are relaxation enthusiasts. Our famed Old Thumper craft ale has a moorish maltiness and a satisfying full flavour. Best enjoyed relaxing with friends and a cow pie. Did you know that this is also an ASMR podcast?
Oh yeah. I was trying to like. Undercut.
Can I have the thing?
The bottle opener. I don't know what I'm drinking. It's either bass or bass.
Bass. That's bass.
Yeah?
It is pronounced bass. I can confirm that's pronounced bass.
Due to Bass's popularity, competitors often forged the Bass triangle on their labels to emulate Bass's success.
Oh.
They say it a lot, so that if you don't know what you're doing, you look even more stupid.
As a result, in 1876, the distinctive Bass triangle was a key iconic symbol of the first trademark to be registered in the UK. Genuinely interesting.
That is very interesting. I'm really high up now.
I don't like that. Brewed in Great Britain since the 18th century, Bass Ale is richly fragrant, has a wonderful hoppy bouquet, and a bright chestnut hue. It contains water, barley malt, maize, hops, and hop extract.
Not to be drunk
Those-
by pregnant women.
Those standard ingredients that you have for a beer.
Making me look shorter than I already am.
Should we move this mic so it's a bit more like... I think we should be raised. That is really funny. Okay, so let me just do a little pull. So, mine smells. Let's see what it smells like. As we do this channel, we're going to become more and more beer connoisseurs. We are 100%
We already are.
registered, trademarked.
Mine lacks smell.
I don't like the smell of mine. It smells.
Mine smells a bit like Carlsberg.
This smells like beer as it's fermenting, like a yeasty, high pitched. You know, that's using a word for sound, for a smell.
That's how you know it's fancy and connoisseur-y.
I really like it. It's an alright beer. It's just standard bitter ale. It's not bad. It's not great. It's got high alcohol, which definitely makes it taste better than it should do. Yeah, I'm kind of like alright on that. What about yours?
I'd probably say the same, but I think I like mine more than you like yours.
Can I try it?
Standard pale ale, of course. Not very high alcohol, but you know.
I prefer mine.
Ooh. You don't. I feel like you don't like pale ale that much, though.
I really like pale ale.
I'm lime. Oh, I think I prefer yours.
Yeah, there we go. So,
Right, there's a lot. My issue is, I'll put any liquid in my mouth. So I'm not very good at criticising. But I feel like I could say I prefer one thing to another.
okay. Well, that's all you need in this.
For a score of 1 to 10.
Got something. I got this like red hair from this hat in my
I'm just
mouth.
going to give everything a 7 unless I really like it.
There we have it. Okay, so I've got a quiz lined up for Jack.
Yeah.
Could you sort that out for me, please?
Okay, so I'm going to look away from the screen, am I?
It should be big enough for me to. Can you zoom in?
I mean, this is hard.
I mean, no, that's a video.
Oh god. I promise I have a computer science degree.
No, it's alright. I can
This
probably.
is a video of your cat.
You know, I could probably read it from here. My cat got stuck on the roof today, and he was walking. He was doing full circuits of the house, and we were like bursting out of different windows all the way around the house trying to get him in, and he didn't care. He did not care whatsoever. All right, I can read that.
Is it like Outlast?
I can read that. Okay, so this is a Mario. This is a Mario Tennis quiz. There are 5 questions. So basically, I'm going to do 5 series of 3 options, and you have to choose the one that has been in a Mario Tennis game.
Are the answers on the screen right now?
No,
Okay.
Uh,
So it doesn't matter if I look.
doesn't matter too much. No, but don't look at because I want there to be a surprise.
Yeah.
So this is every single Mario Tennis game. I can't remember how many there are, but there's like I feel like there's 6 or 7. I don't know. That's a complete guess.
Maybe I'm making that up.
You might not be. I have no idea. So
We did our research.
I was going to do a Mario Party one to coincide with the Mario Party fever that has hit the world.
Yeah.
But it was kind of easy for the Mario Party one. I thought Mario Tennis would be more interesting.
We would have ended up talking about Spike the whole time.
So give us that list.
Okay, but before we do that.
Wait, no. Wait, don't cheat.
I'm not cheating.
But you're going to look. This is characters. No.
I'm looking at how many games are released.
No, but it's so close to the characters. Can we do that afterwards?
Yeah, okay.
Okay. I just don't want you to cheat.
I want to cheat. Read them out.
Okay, so the first selection of names is Cranky Kong,
Yeah,
Donkey Kong Jr.,
yeah.
Swanky Kong.
I've got to say which one isn't.
No, which one was in a game?
Or at least 2 of those would have been. They're all equally. Actually, they're not equally obscure. I'm going to say Cranky Kong is in Mario Tennis, but I'm going to say that Donkey Kong Jr. would have been my second guess.
If you'd gone for your second guess, you would have been correct. It's Donkey Kong Jr.
Donkey Kong Jr.
Really obscure character. I think he only appeared in one of them.
He's just Donkey Kong 2, where he's got to save his father Donkey Kong. Well,
Yeah,
Mario
yeah.
Like, electrocutes
Yeah,
him.
yeah. It's
Yeah.
the roles reverse. Yeah.
Yeah.
The
Pretty
game.
horrific Mario.
I think the Mario Tennis game is like one of the earlier ones where Donkey Kong Jr. is in it.
Yeah.
Before Donkey Kong Country came out,
Oh, okay.
where Diddy Kong basically replaces Donkey Kong Jr. as far as all the games are concerned.
Yeah, because then he's like his nephew.
Yeah, It's
I
like
don't know if he is his nephew.
there's
I
lots of.
imagined he was.
I think they're just friends.
Got like an uncle-nephew relationship. I can see them being friends.
I swear they're just friends. Donkey Kong Jr. is supposedly like Donkey Kong as well, like, or Cranky Kong or something. Like they're all like related in some weird way.
Isn't the original Donkey Kong Cranky Kong? So I'm pretty sure on the Donkey Kong Country
Yeah,
games,
that's
Cranky Kong is like, oh.
that's
no.
definitely. Oh, maybe Donkey Kong Jr. is not anyone then.
I think he's like Donkey Kong's dad.
That's so weird. I swear Donkey Kong. I don't even know. Actually,
I'm pretty sure we're basing all this on game theory,
yeah,
which
probably.
is completely reliable. Let's not even dispute that.
Next question.
Yeah.
The next three are Sprixie Princess, Queen Bee, Cacaletta.
I don't know what any of those words mean. I'm just gonna immediately say Queen Bee because it's my gut instinct.
Okay.
Would I be correct?
Don't know what that was.
That's just an explosion outside. This is classic H3.
Queen Bee appeared as a playable character in Mario Kart 7. Did not appear as a character in any Mario Tennis game.
That's really sad.
Bizarre.
What is Queen Bee?
Queen Bee is from Mario Galaxy.
Oh, I do know.
Mario
Queen
Kart 7
Bee.
has the weirdest roster. It's like it misses out key characters, but then it has like Wriggler, and
Wriggler.
Queen Bee and Metal Mario.
Yeah. What about Spike?
No, not Spike. It
What?
has Lakitu. I'm pretty sure that's his debut in Mario Kart actually.
Oh,
No,
really?
the correct answer was Sprixie Princess. The little fairy in Mario 3D World.
Yeah.
It was in
That makes sense.
it debuted in the Wii U Mario Ultra Tennis Smash.
Ultra Tennis Smash.
Yeah.
Yeah. Third question. Hit me with it.
If this is going on too long, I did 5. We don't have to do all of them. We could just do 3 actually.
I do all of them.
Oh, I do all of them. The third one,
Can I edit it down?
Luma,
Yeah.
Orange Yoshi,
Yeah.
Captain Toad.
It's not going to be Captain Toad because that would be like good. I'm desperate for Captain Toad to be like, you know, the new main character in video games.
Recognised.
Yeah, I don't want Mario in any more games. Jumping's out.
Yep.
Luma. That's my final answer.
Yeah, you're right.
Orange Yoshi seems too obscure and Captain Toad.
So you say that?
Nintendo doing dirty.
But
They've only given him one game.
Yeah, I know.
He should have had at least one every year.
Yeah, I know. Oh, that would have been great. I'd love
It's
that.
like the 1970s.
So blue Yoshi, white Yoshi, black Yoshi, like pink Yoshi. So there's like a whole spectrum of colour of Yoshis are in Mario Tennis,
Now I feel bad for orange.
but not orange.
Orange is like my favourite colour as well. It's my hair.
Fourth
I
one.
mean red. Luma.
Red
What?
is a creative colour.
Green is not. Luma doesn't have hands or feet.
I have no idea how Luma would go about.
I
It does have
wanna see
hands. I could see it having hands.
that. Just so slick. Wait. I want it to have like really gross, realistic like hands with fingernails.
They had Chain Chomp in the recent, in Mario Tennis Aces,
Yeah,
and it just bites
Wiggler.
it.
Whoa. What are you saying?
So they're my questions.
There you have it, folks.
So now on to some sort of topic. Do you want to start or do you want me to start?
You start.
Me start. Okay.
You've prepared more.
So I want to bring up something that's very relevant. No idea how relevant it's going to be by the time this podcast comes out, because these things get debunked quick if they're fake.
This is live.
But this only came out a few hours ago online when we recorded this.
Yeah.
Super Smash Bros. The entire roster appears to have been leaked. Every single character.
Oh.
And there's a lot of leakers who claim that they've leaked something in the game, and I've been quite up on it. I've been keeping up to date
Skeptical.
with the latest leaks and stuff.
Okay, yeah.
And they're always kind of crappy and they always get debunked.
Yeah.
This one looks pretty good. So Can I run it? Can I run? Do you want to know who the characters are who are supposedly leaked in
Yeah,
this?
go for it.
Okay, so spoilers because I think this is real. So
What makes you think this is real compared to other things that have been leaked?
okay, I'll run through it.
Is it hope that
This
it's
is
real?
it's quite obscure. I'm actually gonna give credit to a YouTube channel, Papagenos, a fantastic YouTuber who I've been following for Smash leaks and stuff, who's really good. And I got this. He did the research. I got that from that video.
Cool.
So basically, some guy posted a Snapchat video. Yeah, it was a Snapchat video, and in this Snapchat video, if you freeze a video on a certain frame, it shows a picture. Have you seen the Smash Bros? So whenever they reveal a new character for Smash Bros, they add it to this massive long artwork piece. Have you seen that artwork?
Yeah.
So it was the artwork, but it was like the fully complete final artwork
Yeah.
with 7 characters on it that haven't been confirmed yet.
Okay.
So that was that. Now, what makes this leak legit is that
Allegedly.
allegedly, in the video, the video's been taken in like not a graphics design studio, but like I believe it's a cardboard making company. They make boxes, they print them and make them. And he's in a studio in a company like that. And as part of this video, you also see, you know, the Grinch movie that's coming out by Illumination? You see a printed render of the Grinch.
The Grinch is in Smash.
No, yeah, that's what a lot of people said. That render hasn't been seen. You can't Google it. That render has not been released to the public yet. That is a real, 100% real, it looks perfect, render of the Grinch that you cannot find anywhere else. If you look as hard as possible, you can't find it anywhere else except for this video.
Okay.
Then you see the guy in the video, his name has been rubbed out, but you can actually still see it underneath the scribble because he did a really bad job. If you look at this guy's LinkedIn, it takes you to a company which produces boxes, cardboard, prints for companies. Go on the company's website and I don't know why they did that.
Find out.
It says that they produce stuff for all sorts of gaming companies. I think Nintendo's listed, but Namco's listed, and Namco co-developed Smash Bros.
Yeah. Pac-Man's in.
So you got all that. So
Yeah.
it's like
It sounds pretty legit.
this is the most legit leak so far from all the other ones that have been seen. Do you want to hear who's in the game?
Yeah.
I think I've got all the information.
You're going to tell me the additional 7?
Mm-hmm.
Because I think I know the current ones that have been announced.
Yeah. So
Hit me.
the new additions to the game. So I'll go to the most obvious ones first. That were kind of guaranteed. Ken.
Yeah.
Oh, I should have said. I've already said spoilers.
You said spoilers.
Ken.
Spoilers for a leak that may not be true.
Ken is pretty much guaranteed because it was leaked many times already.
Yeah. And also it's Ken.
It's Ken. Shadow the Hedgehog.
That's exciting.
Really, really good.
Oh, I hope it's extremely edgy. I hope he's got like
Machine guns.
machine guns. But he like mutilates other characters with him. That's fine with Smash. You see beloved video game characters like
Daisy.
Yeah.
Daisy.
Pac-Man.
Yeah. Oh god.
Yeah, that's what I want. Really edgy.
So there's those two,
Nice.
which were kind of like considered almost guaranteed because of how easy it would be to put in the game.
Yeah, just playing
Copy
some
it.
characters. Yeah. Carry on.
And then onto the cooler characters that people were kind of feeling they were going to be in. Gino from Super Mario RPG,
Interesting.
which people who've wanted in the game for many years.
Yeah.
Lots of backup behind that as well. All sorts of it. I won't get into that. And then Isaac from Golden Sun, which is. Do you know what Golden Sun is?
I don't think so.
It's a Game Boy Advance game. It's also a game on DS as well. It's an RPG. Again, a lot of people have wanted Isaac in the game. You can have a look at him if you want. So that's 4. I'm trying to remember all of them. I got 2 more in my head. There's one more that I can't think of.
Maybe you'll remember when you say the next 2.
The next 2
Okay, there's Isaac.
are ultra obscure. We'll put it up on the screen as well.
Yeah. The viewers at home.
The next 2 are like super obscure. So you've got Mac Rider, who is like I don't know much about this kind of person, but it's like a NES. It's spelled like match, like MACH. No, wait. That character.
Extremely obscure.
They always have an obscure character.
From an obscure character from a 1985 NES game. Okay.
So that's like a weird one.
Yeah.
Which has also got evidence behind it as well. The Chorus Kids. Have you played Rhythm Paradise / Rhythm Heaven?
I don't think I have.
So there's 3 of them. They'll be like ice climbers, but even harder to control.
They look creepy and weird.
Yeah.
Like it.
Notice how people have been wanting them in Smash.
Yeah.
So Chorus Kids.
Every single one of these I've googled. The first Google suggestions have been Smash Brothers.
So Chorus Kids is interesting because they were going to be in Smash 4. Well, supposedly, but they couldn't because of the 3DS's limitations, which is also why Ice Climbers weren't in it as well. The final one, I can't remember. I should have had it written down.
Yeah, why didn't you?
Have a look. Type in Smash Banner League.
Let's see what we get here, shall we?
Go to images.
This one?
Yeah.
Oh.
No. Oh, that'll have it in it. Oh, Banjo-Kazooie. Of course.
Banjo-Kazooie?
Banjo-Kazooie.
Who's that as well?
That's Gino.
Of course it is. Banjo-Kazooie. Interesting. Like ukulele. Is Banjo-Kazooie dead? Is that
Bit less relevant to Nintendo.
Is that franchise out?
Banjo-Kazooie is owned by Rare, and Rare was bought by Microsoft years ago, and
they don't do anything with
they made one Banjo game, which was called Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts.
Which was awful. It was about cars.
Yeah.
I've seen John Tron.
Yeah. And that's it.
That's really sad.
Because the N64 games are freaking amazing.
Also, I heard a lot about ukulele, and then I didn't hear anything about it ever again, and it looks like it was very averagely reviewed.
It was.
And that makes me sad. Because I want games like that again.
Averagely reviewed, but it's made by a small team, and it's a Kickstarter, and
Yeah.
you can't. It wasn't terrible, which is I think quite important because there's tons of Kickstarter games which are terrible that are released. So that's that.
I really want platform games like that to come back.
Please.
The Crash remaster,
Yes.
reboot, whatever you call it.
Spyro.
That was great. Spyro, I can't wait for. It looks very promising, and Spyro is like the first video game I ever owned, and I've probably spent more hours playing Spyro than anything else, just because I would play it on
That's
TV
really
as
cool.
a kid, and I still go back to it yearly, maybe even more. And the remaster looks good, although to be honest, I feel like I would still just play the old Spyro because nostalgia. I love platformers like that. You don't need loads of content, just loads of levels, collecting things.
I mean, the Crash. So the Crash, well, both of them, but the Crash Insane trilogy is damn good value for money. Yeah. So the PlayStation 1 games weren't like huge long games. But you got 3 of them for £30 or something dollars. I don't know.
Yeah, I think the Spyro one's the same.
Yeah.
It was missing a Royale mode though, Battle Royale.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, why even bother releasing a game, regardless of the genre, if it hasn't got a battle royale mode? Like,
Yeah.
I'm looking for, Professor Layton battle royale, Dr. Kawashima's
I wanna play
brain
Spyro.
training battle royale, Picto Chat. I'm just naming obscure DS things.
I can't go weirder now.
Also,
Yeah.
Ratchet and Clank,
Yeah.
which got that reboot game on
Yeah.
PS4, and then which was amazing.
Yeah.
Didn't show anything else of it. As in, there's no hint of like a sequel, which I really hope there is, because that was amazing.
Yeah. Although, I did like that,
Yep.
but I do feel like it could have been better.
I agree with you.
Because they did take away some things from the original game. And it felt like
Yeah,
why wouldn't they add to it?
I can appreciate the level of effort. It looks like a Pixar game at times. Like
No, it looks amazing.
it
definitely.
looks amazing.
And
I understand what you're saying.
It's a lot of, it's still a good game,
Yeah.
a really good game. But yeah,
I know it's not as good as the original.
I was just very excited for all that.
Yes. What I was going to say about the Crash Insane trilogy, actually, I'm a massive Crash fan, like huge Crash fan. Again, that was my first game.
I was going to say, they were after Spyro.
Yeah.
Played Crash a lot as well.
I played Spyro. I was more Crash though,
I feel like we're just the same,
but opposite.
sides of the same coin. The Crash.
I have not bought the Insane trilogy, and the reason for that is because I genuinely prefer the originals over the new remaster.
Yeah, I feel like I'm going to be out of the Spyro one.
Okay,
Because I don't really feel that for the Crash one.
it feels a bit soulless.
Fair.
There's something about
It lacks character.
it does, and it genuinely in some areas. I'm talking in terms of like texturing or something. The PlayStation 1 game looks better in some situations, which is really weird.
And I can see that. I kind of felt like that watching the Spyro trailer, and I half feel like it might just be because when you've got like low poly character models in like the PS1 version, you kind of like fill in the gaps sometimes. Like it does that thing where it shows skins in the old game, and then like branches over and shows it in a new game.
Yes.
And sometimes it's like, oh, that's what they look like higher res. I always imagined it looked like that.
Yes.
Or sometimes you don't even know what things are. Like there's a character that's just like a weird fire blob with like stones spinning around it.
And then when you see it in,
And you see it in high res and you're like, oh, I always thought that was something
Yes.
different.
yeah, I agree with that. Like reading a,
Like reading a book.
like reading a book. Yeah,
And then watching the movie and being like, oh.
I think in terms of I can't talk much about Spyro, but in terms of Crash,
Yeah.
they did an extremely good job on a lot of the characters. Like
No, definitely.
Cortex is perfect. Like, it's
Yeah.
exactly what Cortex would look like. But then other characters, like Tiny the Tiger, for example,
Yeah.
I think actually looks worse. They've done something about it that made him look a bit. It's I don't know. I can't describe it because it doesn't make any sense. It shouldn't look worse, but
Yeah.
it's lost some sort of character to it.
Yeah, I know what you mean. It's just, you're probably always going to think that in these sorts of situations because you'd just be like, oh, I would have done it a different way.
Yeah,
It's part of the nostalgia thing.
I will eat up a new Crash game though. Yeah.
No, I would probably not disagree to that extent because I see a lot where you're coming from, but I would probably say that I prefer to play the new Crash game.
I would
over
buy
the
that.
originals.
I would eat that up. Yeah.
And I really love the original trilogy, so
Yeah.
I'm still a big fan.
I want to see what they can do with it.
Yeah.
There's no limitations
Crash
at
to
all.
Insanity reboot.
Yeah. Oh god.
Crash to Insanity. I played
Oh,
lots
God.
of Crash to Insanity.
Oh, I'd love a Crash to Insanity 2.
I never completed it.
How? It wasn't
I
even that long.
No, I know. I think it was like near the end of my PS2 phase.
Right. Okay. that
But
makes
I
sense.
I would play it all the time.
Oh
But
god.
I wouldn't. A lot of the time, I would just replay the first
Yeah.
level because I really liked it,
Oh man.
and then I just never really got around to finishing it.
You know, there's a lot of weird development stuff behind that game.
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
We talked about this. It was originally supposed to be like a space adventure ride of different planets.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was originally supposed to have way more content.
And there's like a whole level which is nearly complete in the game, which they just had to cut. But that game was the a cappella soundtrack.
I love that itself.
What they did with the characters was amazing as well. They really gave a sense of being in the world of Crash, whereas the other games were you just have portals that go to different levels. This was like you are absorbed in this Crash world, which you didn't have before.
Traveling around it, like
really liked it.
Realistically, not realistically. No. Yeah, I love the way they're forced to work together because of the twin bird villains, and they were cool. I like the backstory.
Spanking.
Yep. And there were really like cinematic moments, like where something happens and you're in like a rolling segment. And the soundtrack kicks in. Oh, it's so good. That was a great game, and people were like, oh, it was going to be so much better. I was like,
I can't remember what it was called, but it was like something escapades, like icicle escapades or something at that level, where you're.
Okay, that's specifically what
it's the one where you're surfing on Cortex, going down a hill towards Engine's massive ship. Do you remember that?
Yeah. It's like
and you're going down it, and like halfway through the level. It's still quite hard. Suddenly these penguins with rocket packs start doing it with you. Like, oh my god, everything's happening. Like, this is amazing. And then there's like a gem up there. Like, crap, I missed it. And then, I can't actually get that ever again.
Yeah.
Damn it, it's so good.
And you've just reminded me that Spyro's in that game. Oh my god. For like a split second, he just appears, he's like...
Yeah, all the villains go up into the treasure room. And they're like, and Cortex is like, says something like, you better get your hands off his treasure.
Yeah.
And then he just
hands around and he just oh my god, I remember that weirdly vividly. Do you know what that game always, the reason I love that so much as well is because to me that was the Crash equivalent of Spyro Hero's Tale. And Spyro Hero's Tale was the first Spyro, was the first game I had on PS2. So when I got it I was like, oh my god, these graphics are incredible. Graphics can't improve any further. But then I used to love that game and Crash to Insanity. But then playing them back, it's like Spyro Heroes that wasn't really great.
No.
But Crash to Insanity really was.
But in fairness,
In my opinion,
I don't think you should compare that Spyro game, Hero's Tale. Sorry, I forgot the name. The Hero's Tale.
Hero's Tale.
Yeah, I didn't play it, so I know about it though. I don't think you could compare that to Crash to Insanity. Because Crash to Insanity came out years in the PS2's lifetime. You should compare it to the Wrath of Cortex.
Yeah, that's true. Actually.
Which is the equivalent. Crash game came out like really early with the PS2.
Yeah.
Wasn't very good.
Yeah, because I didn't get Wrath of Cortex until after to Insanity.
And oh god.
And I didn't play it much. But yeah, that's true. That would be a better equivalent.
Do you remember what the characters look like in that game?
No.
Can I?
Not really.
Can you just Google what Crash look and like all the characters look like? Just to refresh yourself, and then think about what they look like in Twin Sanity while you're looking at it.
I can vividly remember Twin Sanity. I didn't play. Oh.
This is a good example.
Okay, I vividly remember the cover.
The game, the faces look worse than the PlayStation 1 games. Look at Cortex! Look at Cortex's face!
Yeah, they do look awful.
Right? And now go on like, I don't know, Crash 3 Cortex on the PlayStation 1 and tell me that looks worse. I mean, it might do. Maybe my eyes are deceiving me, but I'm pretty sure it looks better. Look at that! That's way better! Look at the difference!
Yeah, there's even a side by side.
Like...
Yeah, he just looks more detailed.
It's way more detailed and doesn't look like creepy and weird bulgy eyes and stuff.
Yeah, you know what? If I had Wrath of Cortex first, I think I definitely would have made that comparison more, which is definitely fairer. Oh my god, do you know what else makes me really happy about the new Spyro game?
What's that?
It's a new Spyro game, and it isn't Skylanders.
Oh my god.
It's not just Skylanders. You forget this happened.
No one remembers the fact that Spyro was the initial character.
Skylanders, that's so bizarre. It's like Crash of the Titans. For a while, that kind of took over Crash. Whoa!
Crash. Yeah, Crash.
It probably did until the reboot, right? I can't think of a Crash game before the reboot that wasn't Crash of the Titans related.
No. The last Crash game that came out before the reboot was Crash Mind Over Mutant, which was the second Mutants game, which is on the Wii and probably every console. I think it was on DS and it was on everything.
I played that one time at my friend's house.
And it's terrible.
Are you tired of having too many gadgets cluttering your life?
There's got to be a simpler solution.
And now there is! Ladies and gentle mutants, I present to you the NV!
It's just like, why reinvent the wheel? Just improve what you have.
You know, that was the original, not the second one. The original Crash of the Titans was not a bad game, actually.
I didn't really play it.
It was a bad Crash game. Like it wasn't.
Well, it wasn't a Crash game.
It wasn't a Crash game, but the actual every mutant that you could control had a whole list of combos and stuff, and it was fairly detailed. And there was, a good
cool.
solid number of mutants that you could take over. It was quite fun.
It's weirdly similar to Skylanders in that sort of way. There's just all these different random characters they've invented.
I don't even know the
collectible
gameplay of
things.
Skylanders. I can't.
You buy a toy in real life and you put it down and then you play as it.
Yeah, but doing what though?
Happens.
That's what I mean.
It's like a platform.
What do you do? I have never actually played Skylanders. I don't know what you do other
I
than
don't
you
know how
buy
it works.
toys. And
I feel like you buy the toys in real life and maybe you unlock levels in the game. I don't have a clue.
there's a Crash Bandicoot Skylanders toy. There's a Donkey Kong one and a Bowser one.
Really?
Yeah, look up the
Are they not amiibos?
No, there's a Bowser Skylander toy,
Okay, well, this is getting Googled.
and it looks really weird. You're gonna love it. And then go on the Donkey Kong one. Look at that! Look at that! It has like an axe and
The Gladiator, it's got a
Yeah.
warhammer.
a car. Oh, there's the Donkey Kong one.
That's so weird.
Yeah.
Why are they in Skylanders? Well, do you know what this could nicely phase into?
What's that?
What characters would you like to see in Smash?
Yeah, that's annoying. That's an annoying question.
Why?
Oh, we should definitely discuss it. It's great.
Because that just made me think, if they could be in Skylanders, why couldn't Spyro and Crash be in Smash?
I would love for Crash and Spyro to be in Smash. I think
Those are my main two answers, by the way, to the question.
that they are completely disregarding any knowledge of that leak. They don't have enough relevance to Nintendo.
Yeah. Like, Sonic only does because of Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games. Pac-Man's it because Namco co-produced
In
it.
fairness, Sonic Boom, Sonic Lost World are all Wii U exclusive.
Okay, yeah, there's a lot more reasons to Sonic there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would just love to see Crash and Spyro in Smash. They'd be so easy to have moves for, and it'd just be so good. Like Spyro versus Mario. Just
I
doesn't
can
make
think.
any sense.
I can think of so many moves. I don't know Spyro that well.
Spyro, you charge forward, you breathe fire, and you just slam that move.
My experience of
Sometimes
Spyro
skateboards.
is the first game on PlayStation 1,
Yeah.
and then Season of Ice on the Game Boy Advance.
I never played Season of Ice.
Really good. But that's my only experience with Spyro.
Fair.
I can see it being as good as Crash though. I can see I have a moveset for Crash for sure. Like you can.
What would your moveset for Crash be? I can't think of an entire roster of moves.
So you'd have the neutral special would be a spin attack, obvious. His side special would be the Wampa Bazooka.
Yeah.
His this is where it gets more difficult. I feel like
All he does is spin.
you have to look at his abilities that he had in Crash 3, and I think you could draw loads off of that. Like the bazooka, his final smash puts on Aku Aku, the mask, and then
Yeah, it would have.
just lays like just rips into
Yeah,
a
you just
character.
run into people and then they fly off the screen.
Can't be that.
Why not?
They got rid of that. The new Smash got rid of final smashes that aren't like insta kill things
Okay.
to make it quicker. So it'd be like puts it on and then grabs the nearest player, and I don't know. it depends how extreme you want to be, but like takes them to like Insanity Bay, and then like Cortex. Every baddie lines up in like a spaceship and flies at them, and then Crash kind of like looks at the camera, winks, and then like spins, and like a little tornado comes along and whips up the characters.
I mean, as you were saying that, I was perfectly envisioning it. You'd have to have Aku Aku being like, "Hi, my name is Aku Aku." I heard that so many times when I was like 8. And I will grant you special powers. I don't know if that's what he said, but something along those lines.
Can we have like Dingo Dial as well? Dingo Dial for Smash.
What's Dingo Dial?
It's a crocodile and a dingo fused into one. It's a dingo that's got a massive crocodile tail and it has a massive flamethrower.
Is that from Crash?
Yeah.
I remember that being in Crash.
Yeah, and he's Australian.
I remember the first boss in Twin Sanity. There's a bit where it's just all the villains, isn't there?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, all of
And then
them.
there's like a big robot. Yeah, that's how I can just remember all of the Crash villains from that scene.
Bring me the crystals, you skunk! It's a quote from Entropy. I know this. I know so much Crash. Okay.
Tomb Raider.
Tomb Raider.
Shell.
Get out here. Taste some of my Uzi.
Ezio. I'm just gonna name like realistic characters. In fairness,
No, they're all
Tomb
Ezio
Raider, Ezio, and Shell
have
would be
never been on a,
hilarious in Smash.
have never been on a Nintendo console.
I'm not going for real. Could be in Smash.
Okay, fine. Who
I'm going for
could be in Smash?
stupid. He would look hilarious in.
Fine. Okay,
What's
we're
it
doing
called?
Natalie.
Oh my god! What's the name of the campaign mode in Smash Bros. Brawl?
Subspace and Mystery.
Subspace Misery. I'm thinking that. I'm imagining like Lara
Yes.
Croft teaming up with Pac-Man
Oh
and
my God.
fighting Shell through balls.
Fighting King K. Rool. Just like, what is this ancient creature? Die, you beast fiend!
Like calls it in.
Hey, Pac-Man! Like,
Just rides on Pac-Man's back. And he's like,
calls like base.
Ezio comes in,
I
just
can't-
stabs Pac-Man in the side. Blood's pouring out.
Meanwhile, there's a cardboard box in the corner. They're all fighting, and they're distracted. And Snake comes out. Like, see you later, boys.
And Snake just mysteriously dies. And then Hitman's there.
Hitman.
With his barcode bald head. Oh my god, we should watch the Hitman film. I've heard terrible things.
Oh yeah.
We
I
should
forgot
watch
that was a thing.
All
I
video
forgot.
game films.
I would love to do that.
They
Yeah.
would be so boring. None of them are even fun. They're just boring. They're not even fun to make fun of.
Yeah, they're pretty boring. Yeah.
But we should
Except
watch
for
all of them.
Prince of Persia.
Oh, Pixels.
Pixels is probably the best video game movie ever made.
I started sarcastic, and for a second I thought you weren't following me there.
I wasn't being serious.
Sponsored by Adam Sandler.
Yeah.
Oh god, Adam Sandler. Ugh.
Okay, I agree. We should watch all video game movies. Jamie, out of the Mario Illumination film, the Sonic the Hedgehog teaming up
Oh my
with
God.
Beat Cop starring live-action Jim Carrey Robotnik film, or the Detective Pikachu movie starring Ryan Reynolds.
Happy birthday, Ryan Reynolds. It's your birthday while we're filming this.
Which of those three films are you most looking forward to?
We've also dated the movie.
Sonic the
film just
Hedgehog.
now.
Jim Carrey as Eggman.
I agree. I would go for Sonic the Hedgehog, then Detective Pikachu, then Mario. Purely out of complete insanity reasons.
I see.
I want them to get as weird as possible, and I think that's the order in which they'll get weird.
I disagree.
Oh.
I also would order them in terms of insanity, but I think Mario, as a movie, is going to be weirder than Detective Pikachu. I can see how Detective
guess so.
Pikachu would work as a film. I
It would
cannot
be a detective movie.
I cannot possibly begin to imagine how a Mario movie would work without being horribly boring.
No, I agree with what you're saying. But because it's Illumination making it, they're going to make a cynical, typical movie where everything you've seen in every movie ever before happens, but with Mario characters.
You're right.
And the animation is cheap and lazy and horrible. And there's minions somehow.
You know,
I want Spike
I
to
don't
become
think-
a new minion.
I don't think the animation in Illumination is too bad. That's a hard thing to say. Animation Illumination.
I don't think it's bad. It's just way worse than it should be. It's so cheap, and they reuse so many assets that you can literally notice it.
Sure.
And they have so much. They should be making Pixar level animated movies.
Oh,
The budget
don't get me
they
wrong.
have.
I think, like for example, The Grinch.
Yeah.
I thought that movie looked absolutely horrendous.
Yeah.
Horrible. That looks like a horrible, horrible movie.
I mean, Dr. Seuss would likely be rolling in his grave. It looks better than the Lorax. It looks less cynical. Because the Lorax was like...
Sorry,
It
no.
completely went against the entire message of the book of the Lorax.
I mean, that I agree with, but I'm sorry. I thought every single joke was like, are you kidding me? This has been done thousands.
What, in the Lorax?
No, sorry,
In
The Grinch.
Yeah.
This joke has been done, like, you know, like they're treading through the snow, and then there's this big reindeer or something. I can't remember what it was. Treading behind them, and it's like, oh look, it's really silly because it's a big thing, and it's making lots of noise, and like that was like a significant part of the
Big
trailer.
enough to be in the trailer.
And it's
yeah.
like that's not funny. Every kid has seen that.
Yeah.
Because it's clearly only a kids' film, and every kid's seen that joke. It's just unfunny and.
And that's another thing, like, okay, this is completely, it's going off the rails now, but like people like that, it's a kid's film. Obviously you weren't saying it in its context,
Yes.
but I'm just changing the subject slightly. People are like, oh, it's just a kid's film, you can excuse it. No, it's still a film.
Yes.
I'm going to judge it as a film. Pixar films, well, not all of them. I don't like some of the newer
No.
sequels and stuff.
Cars 1, 2, 3.
Yeah. Cars 1 I quite enjoyed, 2 and 3, yeah.
Well, 2 and okay, I can
Actually, I
agree
haven't
with
seen 3. I'm not gonna talk about 3. But yeah, Pixar films.
that. Yes.
They're always amazing.
Yep.
First Incredibles and WALL-E and Up and Toy Story, obviously, and Monsters Inc. They're so good.
Fantastic movies.
As a kid or as an adult, you
Yep.
enjoy them as much. You might even enjoy more as an adult.
Mhm.
Like Inside Out made me cry.
It made
I
me
don't
cry.
cry
It might,
at movies very often.
The imaginary friend bit.
Yeah, or not even just a bit where, I guess, spoilers, even the bit where Joy cries. And I was like, that's sad and relatable.
Yeah, I cried at the
Like,
imaginary friend dying.
Yeah, it was like straight after. It's
Oh,
like,
was it? Okay.
It's like, oh, I don't, you know, I try and be happy all the time.
Yeah.
And sometimes just gotta cry.
Yep.
Yeah.
Really good. Really good. Yeah.
Really good. Shrek 1. Shrek 2. Amazing.
Yeah.
Consistently.
Just
And then,
making the viewers know that Jack does know that that's not a Pixar movie, and that is we've shifted to DreamWorks
I was
now.
just going to general kids films.
I know.
Yeah. Yeah, the original Ice Age. I still love to bits.
Kung Fu Panda.
Kung Fu Panda
Actually is quite
such
funny.
a consistent trilogy.
Yeah.
All 3 of them are great.
Yeah, I think so too.
I think it's really underrated.
It is underrated.
Yeah.
It is actually when you've got films like The Grinch being made, Kung Fu Panda is really funny. It's not Pixar, but it's still really
And
funny.
you've got like Shrek 3 and Shrek 4 are way worse than
Yes.
any 3 Kung Fu Panda films. I didn't really like Ice Age from the second movie. I quite like the second movie, but I way preferred the first one.
I
liked
thought
the kind of
Ice Age.
lonely. They need to be
I agree.
a brotherhood
Yeah.
together because they're in this treacherous world feel of the first one, and then
Yes.
the second one was just like, I don't know. It was like, oh, it's just like the real world. I don't really know how to describe it.
No,
just-
I agree
it's
with you.
good if the first one.
No, I thought every single Ice Age movie is terrible, except the first one. I really didn't. I fell asleep watching the second one.
Yeah, I wasn't.
I was in the,
big fan.
in the cinema and I fell asleep. I was
I didn't
really.
hate it, but I didn't love it either.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if anything, I think kids' films should be judged more harshly than adult films because they're aimed at kids.
Yeah.
And if, you know, you end up with kids watching the Minions and then just thinking Minions are funny,
Sorry.
it's more annoying for me.
Yes.
I don't want all these annoying kids around.
Despicable Me.
I don't like kids.
The whole Minions thing and Despicable Me is one.
Not in a weird way.
Is one of the biggest tragedies of any animated film series
Okay, can we just-
I'm aware of.
Can we just disclose? Me and Jamie have an unhealthy obsession with the character of Gru. We're way too obsessed with Gru. That is pretty much the foundation of how our friendship started, and still an underlying theme to this day. If you've ever heard of Slazzo, the YouTuber, or not, you should watch his video called "The Absolute Size of Gru," because it's great.
Great.
Great. It's hilarious if you love Gru.
We used to put the word "grew" into every. We still do. Put the word "grew" into
For
lots
a long
of everyday
time.
sentences.
As long as we could, like, it'd say how you grew in, instead
Yep.
of how you doing.
Anyway.
This isn't about any. This is just us talking about Gru. Basically, Despicable Me 1 was also great, and then they milked Minions. I think I would-
No, but Despicable Me was really good.
Yeah.
I thought Gru, aside
It's
from
a
all of us being
stand-up
stupid
character.
and saying Gru all the time, is just the funniest character. One of the funniest animated characters
of recent years.
I can remember.
Despicable Me, yeah, it wasn't high up, but it was just dumb fun.
Gru is really funny.
Without being dumb to the extent of the rest of Illumination's career.
Yes, it was a highlight. It was the only highlight.
Yeah.
Despicable Me 2, really bad.
Yeah. However, yeah, I wouldn't say really bad. I would say average.
In my,
Free Minions all.
you're right, but
Not even
in my book, when a film's average, obviously this is a stupid thing to say, but when a film's average, I hate it more than when a film's really bad.
Yeah, okay. It's like the whole kind of it's so bad it's good sort of thing.
Yeah.
Like,
But that
I mean,
really
it needs
does.
to be entertaining. If it's really bad, it's still entertaining. If it's just in the middle, it's nothing.
Yes.
Which is what I think a lot of this video game used to be. Yeah.
Yes.
Kids' movies should be good. And especially, not really especially, but this is just a personal thought. Dr. Seuss. I absolutely love Dr. Seuss.
Yes.
And for my 18th birthday, I got All the Places You'll Go. And I still read it like a fair bit, considering it's like 10 pages long.
Yep.
And I know the whole book anyway. But like, Dr. Seuss is so good, even for adults.
Yeah.
Like, you don't need to make a really dumb kids film. You can make something really like nice and a deep message and clever.
Mhm.
It's so cleverly written. It's all rhymes.
Yeah.
And
Really cool.
Lorax. It's about saving the environment, and then the message is completely confused.
I haven't seen the Lorax.
Have you not seen the Lorax? Oh, we should watch it so it angers you. And then they have like, just, I mean, I know they will because it's a business at the end of the day. They have like every brand deal, just like car companies. It's like, what? But
What?
It's about the environment. I know, I think that's the thing with Illumination, because you've got to understand that it's always a business, but Illumination just feels so much like a business, and not at all like they're trying to make interesting art,
Yes.
like Pixar do.
Yeah, definitely. You're afraid, obviously. Oh my god. I just wanted to make sure that.
It's turned off.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, I completely agree. They seem like a machine. They're just a factory
Yeah.
process of making these films.
Like
No idea
Pixar
how.
are feeling more businessy as in like
Yes, they are.
they haven't.
The main
here's
the
many
main
other
reason
ones, except Coco. Coco's very good.
I haven't seen Incredibles. I heard it was good.
I'd say good.
Yeah, I meant Incredibles too. Yeah.
Way not as good as I was hoping it would be.
That is a
Especially
shame.
because they were like,
That's a
oh, we're
shame.
not going to make an incredible sequel until we know we can make the best possible sequel. And it didn't feel like that at all. It felt like a massive rehash with a lot of
Oh,
just
that's a
pointless content.
Such a shame.
It was still good, and you should definitely watch it. And it was better than a lot of other, like, you know, any of the Cars films or The Good Dinosaur.
Oh god, yeah. God, they were really bad, weren't they?
Toy Story 4. I kind of wish they weren't making that.
I was just about to, that was my next point.
Yeah.
I
Because Toy Story 3 felt like... I thought
That was
Toy
the
Story
end.
3 was unnecessary, but I also thought it was a nice roundabout closure of the series. And it, you know,
I actually think that... No, I think it was necessary. I think Toy Story 3 was a good... That was a necessary film. I think that that had a good... That ended the Toy Story story... that's really annoying to say.
Story.
Way better than the second one would have done if it was the last film.
They made...
It was like
it was
the end of a chapter.
Yeah.
You had the toys moving on to a new kid,
Yeah.
and that's it. You've got the story of Andy in that trilogy.
Yeah.
And you're happy that the characters are safe, but you don't need to know anymore.
Yeah.
Like they're gonna have adventures, but you don't need to know about that.
It was made way more relevant than I thought it was going to be, because I was like... It was still quite a rehash of the second one. Although not really, because it was more like a prison escape plot. But it hit a lot of the same beats, the like...
Yeah,
a big fluffy good guy that turned out to be a bad guy,
Yeah,
and then they ended
yeah.
up in some sort of big machine thing that's trying to kill him. But yeah, it was definitely better than I thought it would be, in the sense that it just thematically really fit with Andy growing up and outgrowing his toys and then passing them on, but also being sad. I still have all my kids' toys. I'd be bummed to get rid of them.
Yes.
I probably never will, like Andy did.
Yeah.
I use the excuse of I'm saving them for my kids, and I'll just keep them forever and won't let my kids near them.
Yeah. I have a few cuddly toys that are just like that. That's mine.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it's, you know, it's genuinely sad to watch at the end.
What is Toy Story 4 going to be?
It's going to be them, apparently,
Oh.
I believe, looking for Bo Peep,
Oh, I heard that as well.
which is a weird storyline, but I guess at least it's something they can do something with. Although it does seem kind of unnecessary, because it was just kind of sad in the second film when they're like, "Oh, Bo Peep's gone."
It's so unnecessary.
It feels very stretching. It
And
feels like
you just know they're going to add in all those new characters that are the little girls'
the
toys.
Triceratops now, yeah.
We don't need that.
Although I did like the method actor toy. It's like,
Yes.
I have a toy.
I liked
That
all
was
those
great.
characters, but I just don't want a Toy Story 4.
Yeah, to be fair, I feel we saw enough of them. Do you think it's going to be like Solo, where they just explain everything? Like, how did Woody get his name?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Solo was way better than I thought it was going to be. I'll
Solo-
say that.
Solo, are you... We haven't talked about Solo.
Oh no, I watched it like 2 days ago with my dad.
Yeah, because the
I
other
didn't
day
tell
we
you
were
that.
talking about how...
I haven't seen it
Yeah,
yet.
what do you think?
Yeah, I agree with what you said, that it's way better watched as it's not Han Solo, because it doesn't feel a lot like Han Solo at all.
No.
And if you imagine it's Han Solo, it destroys his character arc of the first two films.
Yeah,
When
because
he
he's
goes from
already...
a scoundrel to a good guy.
He's already a good guy in this film.
I was kind of hoping Solo would go the direction of he starts like an innocent, wide-eyed, like teenager, like, yeah, I'm gonna go and see the world, and then like he realizes that space is horrible, and then
Yeah.
at the end becomes like a nihilistic scoundrel.
That's what it should have been.
But it didn't go that way. So then I thought it wouldn't matter if he was a good guy at the start, because as long as he becomes the character,
Yeah.
and then it becomes like a redemption story in the original trilogy.
Yeah.
But it didn't go that way at all. And also, I kind of wish Ansel Elgort, if I'm saying his name right, was Han Solo, and I kind of wish he was in more films in general.
Oh,
And I want him to be in
yeah.
every film, because I think he'd just be a really cool, like,
He was...
modern day Harrison Ford.
He was
so
my-
good in Baby Driver.
He was really good in Baby Driver. He was my favourite character in that film, in Solo.
Or Alden Ehrenreich,
I don't know.
the guy who played Han Solo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Wait. Oh no, we're talking about different people now.
Ansel Elgort is a different person to Aldrin Ehrenreich.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't know who you're talking about then. I'm confused. Can you,
Have you
can
seen
you just
Baby
clarify? I have seen Baby Driver, yeah.
That guy. The main guy in Baby Driver.
Who is he in Solo?
He's not in Solo. I'm saying I wish he played Han Solo.
Okay, I got really confused. I
Yeah.
got my actors mixed up. I'm sorry.
You fool.
Yeah.
The guy who's in Baby Driver and the guy who played Walter from The Fault in Our Stars?
Yeah.
I've read that book.
Baby
Baby.
from Baby Driver.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's excellent, and he would have been fantastic as Han Solo.
Yeah.
Yeah, he would have been really good. And
The
also,
only thing I'd seen Alden Ehrenreich in before this film, before Han Solo, was Hail Caesar, which is a Coen Brothers film, which is probably my least favourite Coen Brothers film ever. But his particular scene was really good, and I really liked him in it. It was like he was just a really dumb actor basically, and Ray Fiennes was the director.
Yeah.
He's like my favourite actor ever. He's in Grand Budapest Hotel, my favourite movie ever. That's beside the point. Yeah,
Yes.
he's like the director, and he's.
I love that movie so much. Yeah.
We'll talk about that another time.
Yeah,
That'll be a
that is
whole hour. Yeah, he's.
We could just discuss all those films.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
He's telling him his lines, and he keeps messing it up. He keeps messing up the scene, and he go back and forward for ages trying to get the scene right. And it's just really funny.
Huh.
And he plays like the dumb actor character really well. And I was like, yeah, he could be a good Han Solo, but
I know the movie you're talking about.
I really want Han Solo.
Yeah.
He might-
Baby
he might
Driver.
have even been that good.
I've only seen him in Baby Driver, that actor, and I thought he was. It was a great film. I mean, I had no problems with the actor. I don't think he was. I think his character was by default meant to be quite a neutral character. He was clearly like dealing with a lot of issues in his head
Well, Baby Driver.
in Baby Driver, and he dealt with that by being a bit of a stone soldier for most of the film, not saying much. I think that was the director.
Edgar Wright.
Yeah, exactly.
You can do no wrong.
We can't. I mean, the fact that the movie was basically like a lot of it felt like a soundtrack
Yeah.
with every action going to the beat of the music.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Edgar Wright does.
Yes.
He works really well
He's
with the music.
fantastic. I know.
Yeah. It's all. He's very.
You had to sell me on him. He's
very meticulous in his craft. He designs everything with complete purpose.
If only he had given Ant-Man the whole treatment.
Oh, I so wish he'd done all of Ant-Man. There were those moments, the bit where Michael Peña's telling the story, and
Yes.
as he's telling it, the characters are mouthing it, and the Thomas the Tank Engine bit, they were quite great.
Very.
I so wish he'd done the whole movie. That
That's
was
so good.
Marvel's biggest mistake, I would say.
Yeah.
Other than Thor: The Dark World.
They wanted it to be more.
Mainstream.
No,
More down the middle.
Well, I mean, I don't doubt that, but I
More
thought it was
Marvel-y.
more. I think it was more creative differences in terms of they want it as part of the big Marvel Universe franchise, and Edgar Wright wanted it to be a Ant-Man movie about Ant-Man, but they were like, no, this is Ant-Man as part of the Marvel Universe. You have to obey by certain rules.
As you say that, I'm pretty certain this is very tenuous. Just from distant memory. I'm pretty sure I remember hearing that he didn't want to do the Falcon scene.
Yes,
where they go
yes.
to the MCU headquarters.
No,
and
I think
bust
you're
the
right. Yeah,
Falcon.
exactly
I'm
that.
pretty sure that happened.
Because there was no need for that. That was just like a.
Yeah.
Oh look, we're in the MCU. Okay.
If you hadn't seen the other films, that whole scene would be like, what is happening?
Yeah.
Which, in a way, if you're judging a film by its own merit, you shouldn't have those moments.
And
Obviously, Marvel
he's definitely
aren't really like that.
he's a director who believes in that. Clearly, every film he's done is like a piece of art. He wants it to be enjoyable on its own as it is. He doesn't want it to be.
And it's very detailed as well. Like, you feel like he's one of those directors where it needs to be entirely his vision.
Yes.
Because he puts so many details in. Like, if you go on, you know, the movie details subreddit, you see a lot of Edgar Wright. And it's a lot of like, at the beginning of the film they say this, and at the end of the film this happens. But it's like, that's just constantly happening in these films.
All the
And
time.
you can't really do that if producers are like, you need to put this in, because that kind of breaks the flow. It would be weird to have an extremely Edgar Wright-y Ant-Man film in the MCU.
And amongst the MCU.
Because then imagine then seeing like Paul Rudd in Age of Ultron, being like, oh yeah,
Well,
it was one of these.
it was like
Which also happened when I showed my girlfriend. We watched all of the Marvel films. She had never seen any of them. And I wanted to watch Infinity War, so I was like, we need to watch all of them in the next like 3 weeks, so that we can go to the cinema to Infinity War. And there were just so many that I kind of forgot the order.
Yes.
And then we ended up watching Age of Ultron before Ant-Man.
Oh.
And she was
Oh my
like,
god.
What, Paul
Who's
Rudd?
that? Yeah.
She was like, why is Paul Rudd in this film? And I was like, oh yeah.
You got to get it right. I've told you.
I think we did
I
that
watched.
a few times.
I watched every.
Yeah,
Pardon me. every Marvel movie
Yeah.
up to Infinity War timed it one Marvel movie a week. So we timed it so it's perfectly where it's on Infinity War.
Yeah.
It's on our timeline. We looked at the timeline, we got it all right. You gotta do it like that, you gotta be more scheduled, more planned. I felt that with going off what we were just saying a minute ago, with Ant-Man being weird if it was like an Edgar Wright film. Is it Wright or White?
Right.
I knew that.
Jesus.
Edgar Wright, followed by a film not directed by him, the character would be really weird and not the same.
Yeah.
I felt that
to live up to him.
with the Guardians of the Galaxy in Infinity War.
Okay.
They did not feel the same in Infinity War as they did in their own film.
I'm not sure if I'd agree. I feel like I'd need to see Infinity War again.
Mainly the scene, specifically that one scene
Then
where
the
you meet
Collector.
them in the ship, not the Collector, where you meet them in the ship with Thor, in the ship with them. It was something a bit off, and I think it's because it wasn't the same director
Maybe it
or
was.
directors.
I don't know if I'd agree.
Okay.
I thought they felt very the same. Yeah, they weren't as heavily focused as I thought they would be. Especially
No.
Groot. I liked Teenage Groot, which is on his phone. It was just like one gag, and it worked.
Yeah.
And then he was
Spoilers.
Stormbreaker's handle.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, it didn't need to be. I didn't need to overdo Groot. He was done very well in the first film. Baby Groot was good in the second film, and then Teenage Groot was done enough in the third film.
No, I agree with that. It was something. We're talking like
I mean, I've
we're
only seen
talking
it once.
subtle details. So it was probably the way it was filmed.
Yeah.
Obviously the actors are the actors, but it was something off about. In the Guardians of the Galaxy, you get a real idea that they are a bunch. They're they always call themselves a family, but you get that idea like they're friends, they're a family, whatever. It felt like they were quite distant in Infinity War,
Okay.
and I felt it was probably the way it was filmed. Camera angles, directors have their own spin on how they want things filmed.
Yeah.
Something about it was a bit.
It is
Weird?
subtle things as well.
Yeah, it was just.
Sorry.
It's probably because I only just watched Guardians of the Galaxy 2, like
A
a week before,
Yeah.
or whenever it was. So
On the subject of them being in character for Infinity War,
yeah,
I would just like to bring up briefly the scene where they're about to defeat Thanos, and then Star-Lord ruins everything by like punching him in the head, and then he breaks out,
yeah,
and then everyone's like, a lot of people were complaining about that either because they were angry at Star-Lord or they thought it was a dumb plot device,
yeah.
or like it was out of character. I thought that was extremely in character, that he would get really mad and then punch Thanos in the head and ruin the day.
Totally, yeah.
Because
That's him. He's done that so many
he's
times.
reckless.
Yeah.
The first film, he grabs an Infinity Stone, which he's told will like obliterate him immediately. Like he does stuff like that, and it's established that he really loves Gamora, and that would be his reaction.
I think people were being too emotional in terms of they're very connected to the characters,
Yeah.
and they're annoyed.
Yeah.
They're annoyed that the character would do that, which is what you're supposed to feel. You're supposed to be
you're supposed to
frustrated and annoyed at him as a
Yeah.
character.
It's supposed to be like
And
they were so close.
It's not a dumb thing from a story writing perspective for him to do that. Like you said,
because they
it's
need
just
them to not win.
you're supposed to be annoyed at him.
Yeah.
You want the good guys to win. So yeah, you're going to be annoyed at him because he did
Yeah.
a stupid thing, but it's not out of character for sure.
Yeah. Because Chris Pratt was getting death threats.
Oh my god.
Because people are idiots. Yeah,
Stupid.
I really liked Infinity War. Like,
Infinity War was
obviously it wasn't
exactly what I
perfect.
wanted it to be.
Yeah, but for what they were doing,
It
I'd
was
say it wasn't perfect, but for what they were doing, I think it was perfect.
it was approaching perfection. You can't. It's a film.
Yeah.
You can't expect absolute miracles to be made.
Yeah.
You I think
Without it being millions of hours long.
they pretty much did exactly what I wanted them to do, what I think they could have feasibly done.
Yeah.
There's only so much you can do. I can't think of much that I would change in that film.
Yeah.
They did it damn
Thanos
well.
was essentially the main character.
Yes.
everyone else was just continuing the plot on the
Oh, it
Groot
was
War.
so good. It was
Actually,
so good.
I wasn't too keen on Thor's and Rocket's and Groot's storyline, with them getting Stormbreaker.
That's alright.
I don't know. I found it quite boring, and I feel like the resolution felt quite Justice League-y, and it was like, we just need to hold back until Thor gets here, and he'll do everything for us.
True.
But
Everything
it wasn't
for us.
Thor. It wasn't as Justice League-y. It was, you know, they start to work together, and Thor still isn't just super powerful, saves day.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, for example, he didn't save the day.
Spoilers.
Should have gone for the head.
Tom Holland did a good job on Spider-Man's death, improvised.
He did do that.
And there's also the canonical explanation of why he said, I don't feel so good, of being because he has spidey senses, so he could feel himself dying before the other characters could. Which I quite enjoy.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Because
cool.
everyone's like, why does he die? Why is his death so long? Everyone else just fades
Yeah,
away.
spidey senses.
He has a build up.
Yeah,
Everyone's
they-
like, oh, it's
they-
spidey senses.
They
That's
really,
special.
they really don't talk about spidey senses very much, but I guess.
Not in the new ones especially.
But he does have it because you see his hairs go up with an alien. Yeah.
The bus bit.
So that was the first opening beta podcast. I hope you enjoyed it.
I did, thank you.
We've just got enough time for one more thing. It's time to call the conch.
See you in 2 weeks.
Bye.